In the headlines, a conference was organized to preliminarily review for the Fatherland Security movement in the first 6 months of 2022. The Industry and Trade Ministry organized a briefing both online and in person on trade promotion with foreign markets in July 2022. The total number of visitors to Cần Thơ City has gone up by 71% year-on-year. Hello and welcome to Cần Thơ News, the English news program of Cần Thơ radio and television station and top news today. On July 29th morning, the emulation cluster number 1 of the Public Security Ministry, including the public security units of the 5 localities of Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang, Hải Phòng, and Cần Thơ, organized a conference to preliminarily review for the Fatherland Security movement in the first 6 months of 2022. In the first 6 months of 2022, the units in the emulation cluster have ensured absolute safety for many political, social, and economic, security, and defense events and targets, synchronously implemented multiple solutions and plans for the prevention and suppressing of criminals and social evils, thereby lowering the crime rate and enhancing the investigation rate with nearly 12,000 cases being solved and over 15,600 offenders have been arrested. Through the For Fatherland Security movement, many typical models of excellent service have emerged. Over 2,000 collectives and nearly 8,400 individuals were awarded across the emulation cluster. On the same evening, the emulation cluster number 1 of the Public Security Ministry organized a talk themed Typical Commune in the Safeguarding Fatherland Security Movement. Implementing the guideline of the Public Security Ministry, the locality selected a local commune to build a typical model of ensuring security and order in association with new style rural building, thereby providing people with benefits like security lighting and other models to promote and ensure security. Nearly 10 discussions made at the talk have comprehensively evaluated the outcomes after 1 year of building the typical communes in 5 localities, while introducing interesting methods, clarifying shortcomings, and proposing solutions to further enhance the operations of the public security units of the 5 communes where the model is being implemented, to soon expand it. From August 2017 to April 2022, Cần Thơ City has recorded 264 incidents of fire, explosion, and accident. The figure was announced at the conference to preliminarily review the 5-year implementation of Decree number 83 dated July 18, 2017 of the Prime Minister, stipulating the rescue operations of the fire prevention and fighting force of Cần Thơ City. In the past 5 years, 143 fire and explosion incidents were recorded in Cần Thơ City. Notably, the 2018 fire incident at Kim Ngọc Long Company in Tranok 1 Industrial Zone caused about 13 billion Vietnam dong worth of damage, and the fire incident at Vàng Lời Food Processing Company in Thời, Thuận 2 Industrial Zone in Thông Nông District caused over 48 billion Vietnam dong of damage. In addition to that, 121 incidents and accidents related to riverbank landslides, tree fallings, among others, were recorded from August 2017 to April 2022. In face with such figures, the police force of fire prevention, fighting and rescue of Cần Thơ City had mobilized vehicles and equipment 422 times, along with nearly 3,200 turns of officials and soldiers to participate in rescue work, thereby saving 30 people, finding 57 bodies, evacuated 89 people, and a lot of valuable property. 339 people have been saved from fire incidents and 510 facilities and pieces of property have been safeguarded. In other news, one of the important goals that the Cooperative Alliance of Cần Thơ City is aiming for from now until 2025 is that 20 new cooperatives must be established each year to reach the figure of 340 cooperatives, attracting over 50% of farming households in the city to participate in the collective economy, and 95% of cooperatives are members of the Cooperative Alliance. From 2019 to 2022, with the movement innovate, develop, and improve the efficiency of cooperatives by many forms of cooperation with localities, the Cooperative Alliance has built and developed 300 cooperatives, up by 22 cooperatives compared to 2019. 1,415 cooperative groups, of which 165 are newly developed. Most of the cooperative groups and cooperatives operate in the agricultural sector. Among 300 cooperatives, about 70% of cooperatives operate profitably. The average annual sales is about 2.4 trillion Vietnam dong, and the total charter capital is more than 700 billion Vietnam dong. In 2022, the Cooperative Alliance Emulation and Commendation Council of Cần Thơ City selected and recognized 23 typical advanced cooperatives and 4 typical advanced cooperative groups. At the Conference of Typical Advanced Cooperatives in Cần Thơ City in 2019-2022 phase, on July 29 morning, the Cooperative Alliance and representatives of Mobifone Cần Thơ Telecommunications Company signed a cooperation agreement on the application of digital and telecommunication technology solutions with the app for taking care of plants called Mobi Agri. On July 29 afternoon, the Industry and Trade Ministry organized a briefing both online and in person on trade promotion with foreign markets in 2022. Minister of Industry and Trade Nguyễn informed the function that Vietnam export in the last 7 months has reached $437 billion. The function aims to further support export enterprises. The conference provided updates on the trade promotion requirements of localities, industry associations, and businesses, whilst creating a forum aimed at disseminating information, policies, regulations, standards, and conditions for imports and exports. This is in addition to news on foreign markets opportunity, which can serve the management of trade promotion activities and support enterprises in terms of business development. The first sections provided updates on the situation of foreign markets, regulations, standards, and conditions which may impact Vietnamese import and export activities. It will also give recommendations to localities, associations, and import-export enterprises before touching upon Vietnamese trade promotion with foreign markets. The second section discussed difficulties and advantages while proposing various support needs and initiatives related to localities, association, and businesses' trade promotion, along with import and export activities with foreign markets. The third presentation ceremony for the Nguyễn Văn Linh Award in 2022 was held on July 28 evening in Hanoi on the occasion of the 93rd founding anniversary of the Vietnam Trade Union, July 28, 1929, July 28, 2022, organized by the Vietnam General Confederation of Labor. Attending the function was Secretary of the Party Central Committee, Head of the Party Central Committee's Commission for Mass Mobilization Bùi Thị Minh Hoài, and member of the Party Central Committee, Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam. With 63 nominations from trade unions at all levels, the Council honored 10 trade union officials with outstanding achievements with the award. Although their age, time of service, occupation, and working positions are different, they are all enthusiastic, dynamic, creative trade union officials, closely attached, trusted, and loved by both employees and leaders at all levels. Many trade union officials are working at enterprises with tens of thousands of employees and have had many initiatives and solutions to improve productivity, work quality, and taking care of workers' lives. The Nguyễn Văn Linh Award is presented twice every 5 years. The award is a great source of motivation for trade union officials in carrying out their missions of representing, taking care of, and protecting the legitimate rights and interests of laborers, contributing to the successful implementation of Resolution Number 02, dated June 12, 2021, of the Politburo on renovating the organization and operation of Vietnam Trade Union in the new situation. Thanks to the organization of cultural and tourism events, in combination with promotion, advertising, and stimulus activities, in the past 7 months, the total number of visitors to Cần Thơ City has increased significantly, up by 71% year-on-year. According to Cần Thơ City Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, in this July alone, the number of visitors to Cần Thơ City is estimated at 361,000, bringing the total number of visitors in 7 months to nearly 3,472,000 visitors, an increase of 71% over the same period, meeting nearly 87% of the annual plan. Total revenue of the home industry in the past 7 months reached 2,321 billion Vietnam dong, up 77% year-on-year, reaching over 68% of the plan. From now until the end of the year, Cần Thơ tourism industry continues to strengthen promotional activities, accelerate the building and development of tourism products, as well as strengthen linkages with localities across the country to achieve and exceed the set annual plan. And now is the time for weather updates. And this is the end of today's news program. Remember to watch our bulletins again on kênh TV.vn. And now, thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye for now.